Do you have a special herbal recipe that you would like to share with our community that may represent self-love, or perhaps a fun herbal concoction that may serve as a celebratory cheers for Herbalist Day?
Oh, that's lovely. Well, there's a formula that I've been using myself for a few years now. It's very joyful and very uplifting. And it's filled with just common herbs, and the proportions are really, you can just make it equal proportions. Or if you know each of the herbs and you just, or you read about them a little bit, you can adjust by putting more of any of these herbs in. It really is more about how you want to blend them. But I usually just start people off by just saying equal amounts. So it's hawthorn, which is an herb of the spirit, an herb of the heart. It lifts us up. It's one of the best herbs I know of for deep-seated grief. And just, it's a strong herb, right? It's very strengthening for our emotions. And just look at how it grows and all the many forms it grows in. So hawthorn, and I would say not just the berries, but the flowers and the leaves are ideal if you can mix that all together. And I blend that, as I said, equal parts or more or less with lemon balm, which is another herb that just lifts the spirits. If I'm serving this tea to someone who's never had a lot of herb tea, I use more lemon balm because it's a carrier for the flavor. It's a really delicious herb. It's calming and relaxing. It helps you sigh into your body. Aha, like that. And it lifts the spirits. It's an herb for the heart too. Very delicious herb. Ideally, if you can get it fresh or fresh dried, because lemon balm is one of those that doesn't dry well. And so it often loses a lot of its essential oils, even when you get it from good company. So you can dry your own. It's usually very fragrant when it's dried. I love to mix milky oats into this formula. So that's the green milky oats, not the oatmeal and not the oat straw. And milky oats is strengthening to the nervous system. It's soothing. It has mild mucilaginous properties, so it's soothing to irritated nerves. If you tend to be one of those people that get particularly agitated, you hear a baby crying, instead of it rising compassion, it makes you irritated. Or the neighbor's dog barking and barking, and that dog is having a lot of stress, but you're just irritated because it's barking. You need a lot of milky oats. So a lot of milky oats when there's irritation, everything's making you feel agitated, irritated, and angry. Add a lot more milky oats. So it's, and then St. John's wort, I love to add. You'd add more if you feel like you're lightly depressed, things just feel like they're weighing down on you and pressing you down. You want to lift up, you want to drink a little bit more St. John's wort. It's really, really good for mild depression, and it lifts the spirits. It's also protective. St. John's wort has been an herb that's been used over the last 500,000 years for protecting the body, protecting the house, the household. So you want to put it in your tea for protection and to lift the spirits. Let's see, I might add, to make this fun, I'd add roses, because they're so soothing and beautiful, and they make every tea brighter. They just add a beautiful quality. Fragrant roses ideally, and then a little bit of butterfly pea flower, so that when you, just a few blossoms, if you add too much, it makes it so blue it looks black. So just a few blossoms, like in a cup, it'd be one blossom of tea, that's all. And so the butterfly pea flower is an adaptogen, perhaps. I haven't classified it as this. I've been reading a lot of information on it, but I haven't found really good solid information that I really trust yet. But I do know it's an herb that's good for us. I'm just not going to believe all the literature yet. I need to work with it more and really assess how this plant is working on our bodies. But and also read good literature that talks about it historically. But it's a nice tea, and it's really great in teas if you're looking for that delightful coloring, because it will make your tea a beautiful blue color. It's so
Gives
fun.
it a little bit of magic.
It is a little bit of magic, yeah. Or if you like a red tea, you can add hibiscus, so the color just is enchanting. And then if you need a little bit of sweetener, it's just a pinch of stevia, or a little bit of honey. So you just brew that. Those are all herbs. The berries are a little harsh, so they're not going to come out real strong, which is why in this tea you want to use a lot of the hawthorn leaf and flower, which have the same chemical constituents, by the way, as the berry does. So I just steep it. It's an infused tea. Steep it for 20 minutes, half an hour, overnight if you want it to be really strong. And then, just lift that to your spirit, to your hearts. Drink about a quart of it a day. And really, after a few days, You know, as you're drinking it, really feel it going into your body. Just feel it going through down your mouth and down, and just feel how those herbs are permeating in your being. And drink about 2 to 3 cups, 4 cups a day for a couple of weeks, really. And you're going to notice your spirit's just lifting right up. It's really wonderful. You can make it into a syrup, and then with that syrup, you could just add a little bit to sparkling water, and you'll have this blue sparkling drink or a red sparkling drink, depending if you're using butterfly pea flower or hibiscus. Yeah.
That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that recipe. We will also drop that into some sort of notes so everyone can get that recipe and try it, and maybe we can cheers together on Herbalist Day with our drinks. So thank you.